So I remember back in the day, I was wrestling with a pastoral situation which was ongoing, complex, with no immediate solution in sight. And I was getting kind of discouraged. And I remember coming to the end of one particular day and thinking to myself, well, gosh, I guess I'll just, pray to Lord of the hours, because that's clearly something I'm supposed to do, and I can't think of anything else to do in light of the complication of my life, right? And so I remember praying with evening prayer, Lord of the hours, the responsory, which was built around Psalm 23. And Psalm 23, we all know it, right? We've heard it so often, it's almost become cliche, right? So, the Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. He leads me to green pastures. Now, it just so happens that same night, I was watching a movie called The Family Man, made in the year 2000, starring Nicolas and Leoni. And to make a long story short, basically it's a modern take on It's a Wonderful Life, that really famous classic by Jamie Stewart. And so basically the Nicolas Cage character gets a glimpse. He gets a glimpse as to what his life might have been like if he had married his college sweetheart, played by Tia Leoni. In any case, it's a really great scene partway through the film where basically it's their anniversary, they're in this hotel room, and the Nicolas Cage character is trying to think of something romantic to say to his wife. And so at first he kind of looks at her and he says something like, you're beautiful. She's really polite about it, but basically the way she responds to him is by saying to him in not so many words, nice try, honey, but that didn't really do it for me. And so he tries again. And so he digs deep and he kind of says to her, all these years, I have never stopped loving you. And with that, she's breathless. And they look at each other in the eyes and they kiss and, next morning type thing. And, for me, after kind of watching that movie, after watching that scene, after, of course, praying at the Lord of the hours, the responsory, Psalm 23, I felt like the Lord was kind of saying to me this: I am the Lord, and I am your shepherd. And so therefore, things are fine. There is nothing you shall want. And I hear what you're saying, right? You're going through this difficult time, you're going through this perhaps difficult season. But at the same time, you got to realize your life is wonderful and beautiful and amazing and rich. And even right now, I am leading you to green pastures. And in the meantime, what do I want from you? The thing that I've always wanted from you. Just love me. Just love me and trust me and surrender to my providence. And I remember, honestly, friends, once it all came together in my mind and my heart, my response wasn't especially edifying, but my response was simply to say to the Lord, oh. It seems so obvious and yet so clear. And so it was clear. The only thing left to do was to actually surrender. And so shades of the book of Job, right? Like, Lord, before I heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. And so now I repent in dust and ashes. And with that, I felt my shoulders relax. I felt a sense of peace. And with that, the courage to face a new day.